I know we've all gone through it, breaking up, both males and females. And although I've seen some extreme situations with women that have broken up with men, where the men left them or cheated on them or just left them, I know they can be very emotional, but overall, when a woman breaks up with a man, she's so cool about it. And I've known men to outwardly show that they're strong, but in actuality, they're breaking up on the inside and breaking down. I've seen some become suicidal, and this is personal experience. I've seen some become suicidal. I've seen some just lose a sense of who they are. And as of recent, there have been a lot of people asking me advice, a lot of brothers asking me advice on how to handle these things. So I said, let me jot down a few notes and put this out there. This is not anything directed to anybody super personal, but it is directed toward them overall, okay? And there's certain phases you have to go through and certain things you have to realize. I'm going to just break it down like this. Accept reality and control your emotions. When a woman leaves, especially for someone else, the emotional pain can be overwhelming, of course. You may feel betrayed, abandoned, or even worthless. But your response to this situation will determine how quickly you regain control of your life. Most men react in one of three ways. They beg for another chance, lash out in anger, or drown in self-pity. None of these responses help. In fact, they only reinforce her decision to leave. If she sees you as falling apart, she'll feel justified in moving on. If you lash out, she'll paint you as toxic and combative. If you beg, she'll lose any remaining respect she had for you. Instead, the first step is to accept that the relationship is over, at least for now. I know it's hard, and commit to emotional control. This doesn't mean you won't feel pain. You will, guaranteed. But every time you resist the urge to act out of emotion, you actually strengthen yourself. Many men believe that they just say the right thing to prove their worth. They can win her back. This mindset is flawed. A woman who has chosen to leave has already rationalized her decision. She is mentally detached from the relationship. Trying to convince her otherwise only makes you look weak. Rather than trying to change her mind, focus on changing yourself. Understand that your emotions don't control you. You control them. You are not powerless. This situation isn't happening to you. It's happening for you. The pain is a signal for change, an opportunity to become stronger. You got to level up and rebuild yourself. If your woman left you for another man, it means she didn't see you as her best option. That realization is painful, I know, but it's also an opportunity to become the kind of man who never gets left behind again. Start with your physical health. Your body is the foundation of your discipline. Push yourself in the gym. Build a physique that commands respect. Not only will your body transform, but your confidence will too. Women sense this change. They see it in the way you carry yourself. More importantly, you will feel it within yourself. Level up financially. Find ways to increase your income. Learn new skills. Start that business. Invest wisely. Financial independence gives you control over your life and forces you to think big. Women are attracted to men with ambition, vision, and a plan for the future. It's all in her need for security. Strengthen your mindset. How you think about yourself determines everything. If you see yourself as a victim, you stay weak. But if you see yourself as a man on the rise, you naturally attract everything you once thought you lost. Cut off social media stalking, overanalyzing, and waiting for her to reach out. Stop looking back and start moving forward. Surround yourself with winners. The people around you either elevate you or hold you back. Cut off anyone who keeps you in a negative state of mind. Surround yourself with those who push you to be better and challenge you to rise above your situation. One of the biggest mistakes men make is thinking that they can win their ex back by proving their worth. But when a woman leaves you for another man, she's not thinking about what she lost. She's thinking about what she's gained. If you sit around hoping she'll come to her senses, you're doing the opposite of what actually works. She's not going to miss you because you remind her of your value. She's going to miss you when you completely remove your presence and level up in a way that shakes her perception of you. The moment she left, she put you in a box. Maybe she saw you as too predictable, too available, too stagnant. If she thought you were the man who would wait around for her, then your power comes from proving her completely wrong. By becoming a new, unstoppable version of yourself, you change the narrative. You go from being the man she left behind to the man she regrets leaving. But the irony, by the time she realizes it, you won't care anymore because you won't be the same man she left. You'll be better. This breakup isn't your end, it's your beginning. The man who comes out of this stronger will never be the same man who was left behind. The version of you that she walked away from was not your final form. That was just a stepping stone to something greater. Master your emotions, rebuild yourself, level up in every aspect of your life, not for her, for you. Because in the end, you are your greatest asset. I hope this has brought clarity to the few requests that I've received. If you need more, I'll be glad to go more in depth and more specific. Give me a more specific situation to talk about, and I will give you the truth. Much love to you all. Share this for anybody who's ailing, and I hope it helps. Lancescurv out. On to the next one. Peace.
Lancescurv.com. Bold, raw, and uncut.